Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome back to another tutorial. My name is Naomi. I am folding my paper into four. This is exactly how I'll be folding for my down part as well. I am taking the length of my sleeves. This totally depends on your preference. I used the whole paper and I added extra 3 inches when I wanted to cut the fabric. I took it all the way around and then I connected it, then went ahead to cut the pattern. When you open it up, you should have this crease line, then you make it more visible by using your pen to draw the lines out. Now you're going to take your round armhole measurement, then you divide it by 6.28. I got 2.8 but I approximated it to 3 inches. Now from your midpoint, come down by whatever you got when you divided your armhole measurement by 6.28. I'm coming down by 3 inches. Then put a visible mark there because that is where you'll be taking the measurement round like I'm doing in the video. I'll say it again, from your visible mark line, keep taking your 3 inches or whatever you got round till it form a circle. The reason we are doing this is for the sleeves to be equal, so you don't have the down part being longer than the upper part. Now you go ahead and cut your small circle. Now the shorter part of your sleeve will be going under your armhole, which is your armpit. Fold your fabric into two and then go ahead and cut out your sleeve pattern. If you remember, I mentioned I added extra 3 inches to just add more length to the sleeve. You need 2 pieces for the sleeve, one for the left and one for the right. Fold your fabric into 4, exactly how I folded the sleeve pattern from the beginning. Now take the full length of the down part. Do not forget to add whatever you take out from your waist to the full length of your down part. I used exactly what I had for my fabric. I'll be taking 2 round on the waist. For our double circle, we need 2 of the space. Slash one side open for one piece of the circle, and then for the other piece, slash 2 sides because that will be for the back and the back has zip. I totally forgot to do it on camera, so you should have 3 pieces, 2 for the back and 1 for the front. I already have a full basic bodice pattern tutorial on the channel, so please check it out if you haven't, because it will be very useful. So what I'm doing here is basically adding all my sewing allowance, my joining allowances, and then I went ahead to cut it out. Those are the heads of my silly friends, so just ignore them. Do not forget to take your zipper allowance and do not forget to notch all your darts so you know which is which. I used 1 inch for the side allowances and then 0.25 for joining the upper part to the lower part. I went ahead to adjust my top pattern, just some modification to the necklines, and that was it. You can be very creative here and do whatever you like, whatever comes to your mind really. But I went down by 6 inches. Then I went ahead to cut lining for my top part because I didn't have enough lining for the down part. I also adjusted the front button. I went in by half an inch and went down by 1 inch, and then I connected it. I should have gone down by 1.5 inch, so it will be a little lower than it was. Now I have my complete pieces laid down, so let's join. Now go ahead and join your main fabric and your lining together. Do not forget to top stitch the lining so it lays flat and stays flat. We do not want it poking out and escaping out. Nuh-uh. You repeat the same thing to the back. After we're done with that, we're going to go ahead and mark out our dart so we can sew it, iron it, and let it stay just in place. When joining the shoulder, you're going to wrap the back shoulder on the front like I'm doing in the video. You understand it better when you watch it, so please pay attention to this part so I don't confuse you while trying to explain. When you're done sewing, make sure you trim out the excess so it looks really flat. You see, there you go. Well done. I knew you got this. Well done. I made a mistake there, so I went ahead to correct it. Now you either go ahead to join the side of your top, or you go ahead to join your skirt to the top part before joining everything together. But for mine, I went ahead to join it and left 2 inches down to join the up and the down pattern together. Oh, that's me just trying it out, feeling myself. Now go ahead and add the top to the bottom, then sew it. Do not forget to sew the sides of your dress, because your girl, she forgot. I totally forgot. If you can pin as you go, and pin helps you sew faster, but do not forget to make mistake. Please feel free to do that. I do not joke with my pins. I do not joke with my pins. Some people usually say, oh, it's amateur that knows that pins before they sew. That is not true. Even the professionals pin before they sew. It is just more accurate. And yeah, but if you can without pinning, no problem. On your zipper allowance, take 15 to 20 inches or 25, depends on how long you want the zip to be, and then from there sew it all the way down, because the 15 to 20 inches is where you're going to be placing your zip. Then go ahead to take your zipper allowance, just mark it down. It's a lot more easier to fix your zip this way because you know where you're placing your zip. I like doing it this way. Before you fix your zip, use pin to hold it in place and check if it's equal, if everything is fine before you go ahead to sew it on your sewing machine. I would strongly advise you have a zipper foot. It is 110% worth it. Trust me, you need it. It is life-saving, it is time-saving, it is easier to use. This is the best method I use when sewing my zip. After you have gone ahead to pin down your zip, just go to your sewing machine, sew it, and do not forget to top stitch the top part of your zip so it stays in place. Before you start sewing your zip, make sure you notch the shorter area of the zip so it will go right under your armhole like I'm doing in the video. Make sure your fabric is facing right sides, facing each other. Pin it all round your armhole and then you go ahead to sew it on your sewing machine. If the circle is a lot bigger than your armhole, just go ahead and pleat it, because that's exactly what I did, because mine was a little bigger than my armhole. Do not panic, just go ahead and pleat it to look beautiful. This is exactly how it will look after you sew it, and we're almost done with this dress. After that, we want to finish up the rough edges by using your bias or folding it in two, but I went ahead and I used my hemming foot, my rolled hem foot, and it was beautiful. I was so excited. This is the second time I'll be using it, so yeah. If you have a weaving machine, please just go ahead and weave the down of your dress. Just use whatever method you are comfortable with and you're happy with. So I did this on the down part of my gown and on the sleeve part. It was a lot of work. I will not even lie, I was sweating inside fan that was fanning me.
2,000 years later.
I use this exact method to make another dress I wore for a wedding. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please do not forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. Stay beautiful. See you on the next tutorial.